All right, guys, trying to get this treadmill to work. All right, little recap of the day. It's my deload week, and so I usually don't like to not train hard. So I know volume needs a drop 20 to 40%. Some people will say drop 60%, but every time I drop the volume excessively, the next week my joints hurt, everything just hurts because I'm almost like detraining. And so I find that if I remove the intensity, as in remove the weight, like the heavy loaded movements, and just cut those down to like 5 sets of 10 at lighter reps, I'm getting some hypertrophy going on. I'm taxing the muscle, but I'm not really taxing my joints and my central nervous system. And so it is completely okay to still feel like you're training hard during a deload, right? It's not a vacation time. Some people need like extra, like decrease of exercise, and I get that. But I, as an individual, it just doesn't always pan out for me when I just focused on blood flow. Blood flow isn't enough a stimulus for myself to progress the week after a deload. And so, yeah, the other thing I do is I like to add in a little extra cardio because obviously, since I'm not lifting as much weight, it's not taking as much time for me to lift. I do. You believe that fitness and heart health is important, especially me being a bigger guy. I am going to be competing at the 308 weight class. I usually float around 290, 295. I'm not going to cut weight. I don't need to cut weight, and I'm not going to try to grow into the weight class. I find that I just feel the best where I sit a day to day. But like I said, it's important to get some cardio, some endurance work. Obviously, you don't want to do too much when you're strength training, but a little bit is always really good. Just a little recap on today. I did bench press. I did 5 sets of 10 with a competition. You pause every single rep. I went from 185 all the way up to 295. I made 20-pound-ish jumps. And then I just you stopped when I knew that I couldn't do a heavier weight at 10 reps. So after that, did my barbell tricep extensions. They almost turned into a JM press, but I used to not be able to do any sort of barbell skull crusher or anything like that because it just would flare up my elbows, my bicep tendons, and so it's been nice that I've been able to keep those in the program. After that, I did traditional repetition method, 3 sets of 20 straight bar cable push downs, side delt raises, and face pulls, and cable bent over pull throughs. And so it's all three sets of 20. So high reps keeps the weight lighter, so it's never really taxing my joints or my central nervous system. Just focused on the muscle, and even though I'm doing 3 sets of 20, it's not endurance. The last 6 reps or so is always a grinder. So I'm trying to get the muscle growth involved as well. And then after that, I do core. So I did standing plate rotations. I like to get my hips involved, focus on the rotational power. I feel like it's very, very important to build a big brace in your core muscles, especially when you're squatting and deadlifting heavy. And then I did some planks, upright planks. Once again, it's all about the bracing. And then I work my neck, and so I put a big thick band around a pull-up bar, and I put the band around my forehead. I get down on my knees, and then I basically do neck crunches and then neck rotations. A big neck, just like Joss Bryant says, a big neck leads to being gas station ready, right? If someone's gonna hit me in the head, right, having a big strong neck to absorb that impact is gonna only be beneficial for me, right? It's not about looking like I can handle myself. It's actually important that I handle myself as a man, because it's my duty to protect my wife and protect my kids and protect my friends. A weak man is a vulnerable man. Yeah, so after my neck stuff, that was I forgot. My grip work, banded extensions. I try to work my extensor muscles on my hands often, especially since I've partially tore my right extensor tendon, and so I do a lot of forearm and grip work pretty much daily, just like I do core work daily. I find doing a little bit every day keeps the pain and the inflammation away. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm walking to 10 minutes, so I give this recap, and then I will be probably running a half mile or fast pace half mile, and then a slower jog for another quarter of a mile. This might be too much information, but last week when I ran a mile, I got 2:29, but I forgot how thick my thighs were, so it definitely got chafed the crap out of my inner thighs. So I'm still kind of recovering from that, but no excuses. I still got to get the work done. Once again, guys, I know I'm on here ranting away every week, but I'm still a human being. I still go through life trials, and the gym, fitness, health really makes everything so much more doable. It's the same with me going to church every Sunday, working like I'm not perfect with praying and reading scriptures, but I have to just have grace with myself and do what I can, because I know that the reward is always better at the end of hard work, right? I don't always feel that, but that's human nature. It's not if we relied on our feelings, we would not be successful race, right? We need to make sure that we are being rational with our thoughts, acknowledging emotions when they come, but making sure that those emotions are rational, not irrational. So guys, have discipline, be consistent, get after it today. It's a good start of the week.